Hello. Hello, I'd like to welcome all back to... Whoa. Wait, I start in a puddle of blood? That's not very friendly. Oh, my throat's full of goopy goops. It must be the weather, because it's incredibly humid outside. And it's been very dry and summery lately. That happens a lot, by the way, the magic stuff. So pretend to be unsurprised by it. Oh, there's a bullet hole. Okay, so these are some bullet holes, and like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna have to clean them up. But first off, I want to prove that the detectometer picks these things up. Like I said, it would be unfair if it didn't. Because these things are... I don't know, they're super difficult to spot otherwise. Wow, what is with my nose? I guess it is the humidity that's set up. Because I slept pretty well. It was pretty dry when I went to bed, though. Yeah, it's picking up this stuff, by the way. But yeah, it clearly detects those things. So that's a neat thing you should always remember. What the fuck's with all this takeout? What, can superheroes only eat takeout? Is that like a requirement? They're like, oh, we sponsored you. We purchased your bullets for you. We caught a grenade for you. And I even sent Johnson to jump in front of a train that's arriving in 5 minutes. Very least you could do is eat our takeout. So that when the janitors come to clean up your crap, they'll be like, I guess I'm eating takeout tonight. Now, either the Unreal Engine is significantly cleaner than the... Oh yeah, there is no always run. Even Mist is that. Even the real Mist is that, and this one doesn't. I want to say something, but it's already clean out of my mind, so I'm sorry. Whatever I intended to say is now lost forever. So the fact that my nose is so full. Ugh, I hate a full nose. I better not sneeze. This entire floor is going to be covered. You better not run. You better not hide. Santa finds you, and he'll make you cry. Santa Claus has been coming to town. I don't get this piece of leg. It's a particularly big piece of leg, too. Always felt a bit chunkier to me than the rest. Oh, that's the UV lamp, by the way. The UV lamp is a useful tool when trying to detect decals, or whatever the kids call it these days. You are not required to destroy any of the lamps after you're done. But despite the lamps being present in this level, there's no vendor, so if you break all the... Remember I said that the physics are significantly better? I guess that I put some things in the same space and it's now like, you know what, I'm not going to resolve that. I also very much dislike Fatso Crisps, because for whatever reason Fatso Crisps has a remarkably big and tall hitbox. Okay, there's the rifle. Aim. Steady. If it still glows like that, it's not fixed. I still do not know the magic number for this, and I've noticed that different bullet holes take different amount of time. It is, yeah, there it's done. So here's a few quick tips. For whatever reason, if you keep going too long, this thing starts leaving scorch marks, and it just sends out this little tiny baby flame that starts making a mess of everything. You don't want that little baby flame, because it makes a mess of everything. It leaves scorch marks that are detected by your inorganic detectometer. Scorch marks are actually naturally present in some levels. It's not exclusive to your fuck-ups. That would be unfair. They're not as common as some other elements, though. Like, blood is significantly more common. Scorch marks have the benefit, though, despite being a decal, they don't leave any footprints, which is great. So you can just walk your ass through it and be like, I'll do that later. You are graded, however, for any presents. You will get a book, a newspaper clipping if you decide not to properly dispose of them. I'm cleaning up meat. I'm cleaning up gunk. How about that scroll funk? Oh man, I love scroll funk. It's a fancy dance with a fancy effect. Look at all this fancy stuff coming back to life. And who doesn't like a good scrove? I don't know what it is, but my wrist is just right on the stupid desk that it keeps getting a little tingly. Man, my nose is just not letting up. It's got to be the weather. It got to be some sort of reaction to humid weather. Or maybe it's because I was in the cold all night because I thought that I could leave my window open because I didn't expect rain. There we go. We're going to need to order a new one. Gonna have to order a new one. Maybe get some Scrofunk too. Man, at 60 frames a second, you can really see those bristles broom. It's amazing. Remember, kids, if it isn't 60 frames per second, you're probably going to notice some discrepancies. I love how buckets are just perfect for picking up a cache of bullet casings. They should totally make a Doom level. Like, it would be stupid not to make a Doom or Doom 3 level. Especially Doom. Or Brutal Doom. Just make a map and call it Brutal Damnation or something. Because we all know what that means if you just make it that there are imps particles everywhere. We've all wondered what the Aftermath really looks like, considering that Doom never got a successor with the kind of graphics to show us that. So here's a few things you might want to know. This is what an empty reading looks like. If you see the slightest bar show up on this thing, it means there's something nearby. It needs to be completely flat. It needs to be completely quiet. Which is great, because that kind of accuracy you can work with. Like we just jumped into that. More damn bullet holes. Sometimes the bullet holes are in annoying places too. Like they're not always neatly on the wall like that. Sometimes they're on the they look like they're actual parts of the texture. Like they're supposed to be there from the beginning instead of being placed afterwards. You better not run. You better not hide. Santa finds you. Something, something. Something, 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 something. Nah, God isn't dead. The whole purpose of an omnipresent, omni-capable, immortal creature is that it can't die. Learn your definitions. I'll buy you a dictionary. Now, if it's a Greek god, if it's one of those sexy gods, you know, the ones that have actual character arcs and are human and interesting to listen to and hear about, I don't give a shit about a guy that can't possibly fail at anything. That's boring. Give me a character that can fuck up, and I'm like, yeah. I want to see that character struggle with the fact that he's a god, but he's still very stupid. Why the fuck would you go to monotheism? If the only reason I can imagine is for convenience's sake. Everyone's like, yeah, whatever, we don't really care about religion. But we do want to feel good at the end of the day, so we're just going to worship whichever one requires me to do the least. And Romans, that like all these gods, and like, you know what? I heard about this fancy new religion called Judaism. We only have to go to one guy. And we get a whole day off, too. And yeah, of course they're going to follow that guy. He's got a superb offer. And the Christianity's even better. Get going Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. In time for the Super Bowl. And all those Israelites were like, man, the Super Bowl, I can't believe that. Also, they're additionally turned off, and you need to turn them on. Don't forget to turn the barrels back up. The game will grade you on that for whatever reason. There's some blood up on the wall. Okie-doke. And everything's honky-dory. Let's fill this thing up a bit more, and then we'll dump its contents into the furnace. More takeout. Hey, takeout. Why is it called takeout if most people just, I don't know. The mysteries of life, I guess. By the way, you can put giblets into buckets as well for carrying, but they'll also instantaneously make the water bright red, and it makes you stain your mop. So, whatever you do, it is entirely up to whatever you believe. That if the water's already red, there's really no reason not to put some garbage in there that will stain it, because it's already stained. See you guys later. Hope you all enjoyed the video despite me just nasaling around. But for those of you that expected real mist, I'm sorry, there is no pattern to my uploads. Sometimes it seems like it, but that's just me falling into a habit, much less organizing a pattern. So there's that. I guess I should also throw this one away. You better not run. You better not hide. Watch out, it's Santa with his magical book. He's gonna find ya. And then you'll be sorry. And I'll be a winner. Because Mario #1. I heard the Wii U sold better than the Xbox One. That would be absolutely hilarious. You sell less than what many people consider the shittiest console, which is completely arbitrary since there are much shittier consoles. I don't know. To ballpark it, in terms of doing well, the Dreamcast did worse. I can imagine the PS3 is actually worse because no one knew how to make proper games for it. Like, the Wii U, I guess, is accordingly difficult, but it's still better than that, apparently, since the cell architecture couldn't even be managed by its own people. And when you can't do anything with it, what the fuck's anyone else supposed to do with it? But yeah. Look at that glow. Oh yeah, I mentioned that this glow also amplifies any nearby light source. Look at that! It just gains this powerful effect. I don't know what it's called, but it's super cool. The Aerospace Sanitation Incorporated Punch-O-Matic.